TGIF blended. I know a lot of TGIFs are thanking God it's Friday, but in all reality it's thanking God is first. So TGIF, at least for us. I'm Jennifer and it's Friday morning. It's beautiful. I did not have to work today. Charles does, so I am running solo. I have to take my aunt home today. She has been staying with my mom since my mom hurt her hip. So we're going to take her home, and then we're going to check on, we'll check on my mom. We'll check on Grams, make sure she's all right. I haven't updated her in a little bit. She went to the doctor's yesterday, so I will definitely let y'all know how she's doing. So this morning I went to bed with a heavier heart and I woke up with a heavy heart. I had some just things on my mind and some weird dreams, and so I think today I'm just gonna share the video as far as, been thinking a lot about my girls. This has definitely been an experience to share with the world, and we're now starting to, open up a little more, and we're starting to, get together a little more. So I've decided to break each one of my relationships down, like on how I feel about my daughters. Kind of decided to break down and let you guys know just, like how I feel about each and every one of my daughters. When I became pregnant for Bianca, I was scared half to death. I was seeing and talking to Alexis and Christian's dad, Ryan. When I got pregnant for Bianca, I was really scared. I was young, stupid, really wasn't sure where my life was going at that point in time. I thought about, in all reality, I thought about, adoption. I never would have gotten an abortion. I would rather have given a life to someone else versus just take a life. And, I prayed about it. I wasn't married. I really wasn't sure what was going on. But in the end, just knowing she was growing inside of me, and it's an experience. Bianca definitely changed my life. She made me want to be a better person. I mean, I hadn't even laid eyes on her. I hadn't even felt her, but I knew that each day that she was growing stronger. And I just knew that right then and there that I wanted to be the best mom that I could be. When I had her a little early, and I had to go into an emergency C-section because her heart rate started to drop. They felt like the umbilical cord was around her neck, so we had to go in the middle of the night, emergency C-section. And I did not get to see my baby for days. They took little snapshots, Polaroids, and brought them into me so I could at least see what she looked like. And I knew that from that day on that I would love her with all of my heart, unconditionally, forever and ever. Sorry, guys. Bianca's definitely was a soft-spoken child. She was very helpful, as a baby. She didn't really get into stuff. I mean, she did, because, all kids do, but she was a very soft baby. She didn't cry very loud. She didn't want much. She had huge saucer eyes, and she would just kind of look up at you, and, you the bond was there. Like, she was just so precious. So I'm missing my girls today. I'm missing them so very much. Alexis. Oh, Alexis. Alexis was born, and the doctors had told us for months that she was a boy. So Ryan was pretty excited. Like, I had, you know, gotten back with Ryan. He was raising Bianca as his own. And, you know, we thought that at that point in time, like, you know, we would be together. So when I got pregnant for Alexis, which, you know, wasn't planned, but I'm glad it happened. She came out like a little baby fireball. The doctor had said that she was a boy for so long that Ryan was so stoked. Like, you know, he finally had a boy, and she came out a girl. And the anesthesiologist was like, because I had another C-section, he was like, oh, congratulations on your baby girl. And, you know, Ryan kind of looks up, because he was in the operating room with me. He kind of looks up at the, you know, and I'm like laying there, you know, half I can't really see anything, but like his facial expressions. And, you know, he kind of looks up and looks at the anesthesiologist and was like, what? And then he looks at our doctor and he was like, wait, what? What did he just say? And our doctor was like, it's a girl. I think Ryan was probably heartbroken. I was heartbroken for just, you know, that quick second, because you prepare yourself, you know, that it's, you know, one gender and it turns out to be another gender, and, you know, like, you kind of psych yourself up. But I'll tell you what, Alexis came out like a fireball and has not stopped since. Alexis is definitely a daddy's girl. She was since day one. And I believe that even though she didn't, you know, like come out like a boy, they definitely built that bond very early. And she cried, he went with her. You know, like generally it was me and Bianca, and it was her and him, because all she wanted was him, literally, even at a very, very, very young age. And they have just been honestly inseparable since, you know, obviously throughout the years there's times where, you know, each of them wasn't there, but to this day they hold a very strong bond. There was times where, you know, we didn't see Alexis for, you know, months on ends, but recently, you know, we've kind of settled some differences, and, you know, I love her. She's my little fireball. She's very strong-willed, and she has a really good heart. She's definitely got a lot of characteristics of me as far as like personality wise. She's very loud, like her family's, I mean Ryan's family, our family. Ryan's definitely pretty loud. So Alexis is a really good combination. Christian was very, very sweet as a baby. We had her early, also a C-section, and she was so tiny and so pale that, you know, even Ryan was like, I mean, like, are you sure that's my baby? Yep. Christian looks, you know, just like them as well, other than she's very pale. So that's where she gets her nickname, Sugar Face, in which we have dropped down over the years to Shug. Christian was definitely an easy child, like an easy younger one. She, you know, always had the other girls, you know, ahead of her. So I think that she always kind of like backed away and, you know, just kind of did what she was supposed to do. And I'm sure she got a little feisty behind our backs, but, you know, Christian and I have a very strong bond. She's the one that's still in the house. She's been through so much. She's, you know, sees what, you know, her sisters have done and not done. And she's trying to mold herself into, you know, who she needs to be. And I believe that Christian will definitely go far in life. She got a great, great GPA. She's definitely gonna go far in life. and I love her. She's not home, she's at a friend's house. Chanel. When Chanel and I met, like, I knew of Chanel just because I had talked to Charles throughout the years when, you know, we had went our separate ways. So I still knew of Chanel. I still asked questions. I had pictures of her even when she was younger. But when I finally like met her and she became a part of our blended family, you know, like when we all got together, Chanel's definitely, she was shy. She was very, again, soft-spoken. Like, that's the characteristics of Charles's children. Like, they're, you know, reserved. They're a little more, you know, shyer at the beginning. Even their voices are soft. They just don't have that loudness unless you get them to that point. And Chanel is the exact same way. I hold a very special bond. Chanel and I grew very close at one point in time over the years, and I love her dearly. She has made me very proud. Like, my heart just swells for the love. There again were times where, you know, we had our differences and she wasn't always here. You know, she went back to her mom's, and, you know, that was okay. Like, we just wanted our children happy. We didn't really ask much, you know, chores and things like that. Chanel generally did what she needed to do. And I love her. Jayla. Jayla, again, was a very soft-spoken child. But she was definitely the goofball. She's quirky just like Charles. She's got a very, very strong, you know, like, personality when it comes to, no, like, she's the baby. Like, she has to have some kind of extra out there because being the youngest of 5 girls, you got to get that in there. Jayla and I love her. I took care of her as my own. Over the years since she's been in St. Louis, we haven't been able to really keep that strong bond. We're not able, you know, there's limitations to what we can do between each other, you know, as far as like just communicating and things like that. But Jayla is doing as well, awesome in school. She's got a great GPA. We get to see her once, maybe twice a year, as far as like literally like visiting. But hopefully that we can change that. She's one special girl. She's definitely quirky like her dad, and that just makes her uniqueness. She's got a great laugh as well. She's got really big eyes. I just would look into those. I mean, she just had really like big dark eyes and really long dark eyelashes, and she just kind of like look up at you like, what I do? Generally nothing, because she was the youngest. The youngest really never does anything wrong, but I love her just as my own. So I'm a little, you know, I'm sorry that I was getting a little emotional, but I really do miss like all of my girls. And I'm very thankful that the ones that, you know, are, you know, that I am spending time with, I love it. I miss the cattiness in the house. I miss the laughter. I miss the loudness. I miss the music. The singing at, you know, walking up the stairs and they're singing at the top of their lungs and they have no idea that you're listening, and, you know, you're just smiling, and in my head, my heart was just overwhelmed with love. There definitely were times where, you know, like, we didn't get along. We fought. We argued. But, you know, at the end of the day, like, those are my babies. And I love them dearly and unconditionally. So I'm just letting you guys know, like, if even my daughters, like, if you guys are watching this, and in which I hope you would, you know, I can't say it enough. I love you. I will always be here for you. I would walk across the world if I had to, just to reach you if you needed me. And I think all of y'all just need to call me or text me and just let me know that y'all love me. As far as my family out there, you guys can always subscribe, turn your notifications on, like, please comment, and share with all your family and friends. It was just one of those days. I just needed to let some things out, and y'all get it. So I love you, blended family, and we will talk soon. Spirit fingers. Beep. Rawr. Okay, so I just